I don't think that this is widely understood in the state. The president and I have a surprisingly warm relationship, and I think it's because I fight him. There is a binary idea in Washington, D.C. that you should polish the president's shoes all day, every day, or you should call him the devil. And I don't believe either of those things. I think the presidency is way too important in America now, and not because of President Trump. This is a decades-long thing in the coming. I do not think it is the job of the Congress to act like a president of either party is a king. Neither of these parties are very serious. Like, I mean, we sit at a time where the founders would be completely baffled to watch our politics, because long-term incumbency is the goal of most of the people I work with. They're nice and well-meaning people, but most of them plan to be a politician with their whole life. I don't. I do not plan to stay in politics. The problem starts with the Congress, and executive overreach is symbiotic from legislative underreach, and the legislature doesn't want power. So I plan to propose lots of big solutions. The way to get power from the executive branch is for the legislature to actually want power again.
What is the right and proper role for the federal government in pandemic recovery?
The first thing the government should do is not be making problems worse. And the level of lockdown that we did was a terrible mistake. And lots of Americans are suffering. Economically, and economic suffering creates health suffering. Lots of this stuff comes not from the pandemic proper, but from bad government that drove economic decline that was far steeper than it needed to be. Love of neighbor means I want to protect, not spreading those germs. We should have been doing more indoor masking and a lot less economic lockdown. The government should have been more urgent on testing. I've argued this with President Trump. We spend lots and lots of money on health care for retirees in ways that are not efficient, effective, or yielding health care delivery system reform, which is what we need. We still need health reform. I think the real problem is that we don't have delivery system reform where healthcare quality gets better for lower cost over time. And the main reason it doesn't get better is because the government runs way too much of the system. And so I think what we need is a reform in the insurance marketplace, the health insurance marketplace. And Republicans have done a bad job here, by the way, of pretending that Democrats are for big government insurance and therefore Republicans should be for big corporate bureaucratic insurance. I think health insurance, public sector and private sector, is all too 1950s factory model bureaucracy. What I think people want is they want a health insurance policy that covers the major categories of stuff they're scared about and can go with them across job and geographic change. But I do think it's important, as we think about the future of the Republican Party, to get back to a more normal time where Republicans want to win by telling people what we're for and how we believe in the universal dignity of every American, not the kind of divisive, Twitter-centric politics we have right now.